Good evening. Today is Monday, August 6th. This is the Design Review Commission, our regular meeting, and I'm calling the meeting to order at 6:30. Vice Chair Sala, are you okay leading us in the pledge?
Yeah.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much. Okay, roll call, please.
Sure. Commissioner Chang?
Present.
Commissioner Tu?
Present.
Chair Romo?
Here.
Vice Chair Salo?
Present.
Thank you. And Commissioner Commissioner Lopez?
Here.
Thank you.
Tonight's meeting is live streamed on Cable Channel 3 and on our other online platforms. To prevent any overlaps in comments, each commissioner will be called upon to speak. Item number 1, public comment. This is the time set aside for members of the public to address the Design Review Commission on items of interest that are not on the agenda, but are within the subject matter jurisdiction of the Commission. Pursuant to the Brown Act, the Design Review Commission cannot answer any questions or take any actions until such time as the matter may appear on a future agenda. If you wish to address the Design Review Commission, please fill out the speaker card that is available on the back table. Once completed, kindly submit the card to the recording secretary. Speakers will be called upon to the podium one by one. Each speaker will be given up to 3 minutes. Any public comment?
No public comment at this time, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Item number 2, consent calendar. All items listed under consent calendar are considered routine and recommendations. Will be approved in one motion unless a member of the Design Review Commission or public requests a separate discussion. Does anyone have any comments on the consent calendar? Commissioner Tu?
No, I don't have comments. Thank you.
Commissioner Chang?
No comment, thank you.
Vice Chair Salo?
No comments.
Have you received any requests to pull any public item on the agenda?
No such request.
Okay, thank you. Then if I can get a motion to approve the consent calendar, which consists of our meeting, our minutes of our meeting on July 22nd.
I so move. Raymond Chang.
Thank you. Second?
I second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Chang?
Yes.
Commissioner Tu?
Yes.
Chair Romo?
Yes.
Vice Chair Salo?
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez?
Yes.
5 ayes, motion passes.
Thank you very much. Next, item 3, public hearing. We have a staff report, and Sam, you're going to do the honors tonight.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair, members of the commission. Just some quick procedural items. There's one public hearing item this evening. The agenda and the staff report for tonight's meeting are available on the city's website at www.sangabrielcity.com, and also on the table that is by the entrance, as well as speaker cards. For the format of the meeting this evening, staff will provide a brief summary of the staff report, followed by the applicant team is available for questions this evening. Then the public hearing will be open to receive any public comments. And then after the public comments, the applicant is provided the opportunity to respond to any of the comments. Prior to the close of the public hearing, the commission may ask questions of staff, the applicant, and the city architect. However, once the public hearing is closed, the opportunity for public comment has ended. So with that, Madam Chair, staff is ready to present item A.
Great, thank you.
So item A this evening, the subject property is located at 1133 Abbot Avenue. The case number is SPR 24-015. The subject property is located on the west side of Abbot Avenue between West Fairview Avenue and to the north and West Chestnut Avenue to the south. The subject property is approximately 7,600 square foot in size and is currently developed with a 1,200 square foot, one-story, single-family residence with a detached garage. Here's a street photo of the existing property. The subject property is zoned R1 single-family and has a general plan designation of low-density residential, and to the north, south, east, and west are also R1 properties. The proposed project is for a new two-story single-family residence, approximately 2,600 square feet. The first floor will be 1,400 square feet, second floor 1,100 square feet, with an attached two-car garage at the rear of the property, behind the dwelling, and then also a detached ADU. And as the Design Review Commission is aware, per state law, an ADU is reviewed administratively and therefore is not a part of the Design Review Commission review this evening. The proposed house is minimal traditional style design, and the design was reviewed by the city architect as well as staff for consistency with the city's design guidelines for single-family residence. Key principles were reviewed, including shelter, balance, integrity, detail, substance, transition character, and sustainability. The house is proposed to have hardy board siding with a combination of dove gray stucco. The roof design is a hip roof with gray shingles, as well as black frame, single hung windows, and then also a dark gray ledge stone veneer at the base of the dwelling. The table here shows the required development standards for an R1 property, and as shown, the proposed property is either less than the requirements or meets the requirements. The setback on the north side is 6 feet, which meets the requirements. Then towards the second floor, it's 11 feet, 6 inches. And then on the side with the driveway, there's a 12 to 13 foot setback. The height is also less than the maximum that is allowed. The maximum is 28 feet, and the proposed project is at 24 feet. As a requirement for single-family properties that are subject to design review, a neighborhood analysis is required within a 300-foot radius to identify other properties that are also 2 stories. And actually, there's 4 stories that's provided as part of the analysis, and that was an attachment that was provided to the Design Review Board, including one property that's located just north of the subject property at 1035 Abbot. The project was reviewed for general plan consistency, and as shown on the slide, the project does meet Housing Goal A, which is to facilitate the development of housing, providing a range of housing type, also design guidelines to create an exceptional San Gabriel that accepts nothing but the highest quality and design, and landscape and streetscape, and then also Design Go 10.3, which is to create designs that live and breathe with San Gabriel's neighborhoods. The subject was reviewed for California Environmental Quality Act compliance per guidelines, section 15303, class 3 for new construction or conversion of small structures. And then also notice of this hearing was posted at the subject property as well as mailed to surrounding properties in a 300-foot radius, and also posted at City Hall, the post office, library, and city website. And so with that, the recommendation before the Design Review Commission this evening is to adopt the attached resolution of the Design Review Commission of the City of San Gabriel, California, approving planning case number SPR 24-015 for a new two-story single-family residence at 1133 Abbot Avenue, subject to the recommended conditions of approval. And this concludes staff's presentation.
Thank you very much. Are there any clarifying questions for staff? Commissioner Tu?
No, I don't have question for staff. Thank you.
Commissioner Cheng?
No, thank you, not for staff.
Commissioner Lopez?
No questions, thank you.
Vice Chair Salo?
No questions for staff. Thank you.
I don't have any questions either. It is time for public comment. It is now 6:40. The time, okay, so do we have any
Yes, there was a public comment submitted online. So the person is a resident named T. Via. They said, "Good morning, to whom it may concern. I hope you had a pleasant weekend. I have several questions and comments, but my primary concern regarding this project is whether it will remain a single-family home rather than becoming a multi-tenant complex. I reside a few houses north and have also added a second story to my home without needing demolition. However, I was required to maintain a 10-foot distance from the property line for my second story opposite the driveway, even though my original house was only 5 feet away. Meanwhile, last year, my neighbor behind me constructed their addition just 3 feet from the property. Could you please address my concerns? Unfortunately, I won't be able to attend the meeting as my wife is undergoing a major surgery this week, and I need to be by her side. Thank you."
Thank you for reading that. Sam, would you like to address some of the questions?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair, members of the commission. The commenter already also provided a contact number, and staff did try to reach out to respond to some of those questions, but the commenter did not call back. But in response to the questions, it sounds as though that project, and it may be the 1035 Abbot property that staff had mentioned, as also being another property that is 2 stories. That one may have been an addition to an existing. As mentioned, for their project, they have an existing 5-foot setback, and they had to set back the second floor. In this particular case, as new constructions, the minimum setback requirements are met. The first floor will be at 6 feet, and the second floor will be at 11 feet 6 inches. So it is greater than the commenter's property. And I believe that was the 2 items.
Was there a question regarding the rear? That was 3 feet, one property, so.
Yes, so without providing more information about the property with a closer setback, I don't know if that's in reference to potentially an ADU project. If that's the case, the law allows for a 4-foot setback minimum for ADU projects. That can be the case. And with this project, the house itself is set back approximately 53 feet from the rear property line, so there's a substantial rear yard setback. It's also to accommodate the turning radius for the garage at the rear, but there is a substantial rear yard setback.
Thank you very much. Any other comments?
No additional public comment at this time, Madam Chair.
Thank you. It is now 6:43. The time for public comment on this item is now closed. Oh, and I'd like to invite the applicant, if you want to come up and talk about your project.
Oh, sorry, I never did it before. Yeah, right now the 1,200 square feet is like a 3-bed, 2 small baths. And, you know, we're a big family. We need like a bigger living space. So we decided to build, you know, the front house, around 26 some square feet, yeah. So what do I need to say?
Do you have any other information that you want to tell us?
No.
You don't have to.
Yeah. So I don't know, I think the gentleman just said my neighbor, they have any concern about, you know, they're on the side of my property or in the back?
You can probably meet with staff
Oh,
try to get their information.
oh,
So you
okay.
can do outreach to them,
Oh.
and staff will be doing outreach to them as well.
Oh, okay. So we will be approved by today?
Well, we're going to discuss
Oh.
the matter.
Oh,
That's,
okay.
okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Ron, do you have any comments on this?
I had 3 opportunities to review the project. It's come a long way. The original plan was very tall, very flat, and through working with them, we've made the project much more asymmetrical, pushed the second floor massing back, added a lot of detail. It's come a long way. I think it's a nice project now.
Thank you. Commissioner Tu?
I have a couple questions regarding the design, particularly the windows. It seems like most of the windows are single hung, and there are big windows. There's actually just 2 single hung windows put together, and I was wondering what is the middle? Is that post, or is a window frame? So that's the first question. And also, I noticed there's another window in the front facade, second floor, that doesn't have the window grid. And it seems like just a slider, which is inconsistent with the rest of the house. Yeah, I don't know what's the reason that window is left out. Might be a typo, but need to clarify that. And I also have a question regarding the front porch design. It appears to be having 2 little columns by both sides of the entry door that I don't know is necessary is a column or is like some sort of a decorative component. So I would like to understand what is the thoughts behind that. Thank you.
Your architect here?
Okay. Hello, my name is Alan. For the second floor, the window, so we consider the fire protection for we change to the sliding window. So because the single hung is not enough space for the single hung for the second floor. And for the front porch, we have confirmed with the structural engineer, we don't need to do the support for the front porch.
So you mean the second floor slider is because of the size of the window? You have to put in a slider instead of a single hung window?
Yeah, because the first floor, the roof is covered the second floor, the window.
So because the window sill is too high,
Yes.
that you have like a shorter window.
Yes,
You cannot do the grid in the middle.
yes.
That's a little odd because I mean the entire house has a consistent single hung window style, and I wish you can carry through the style and be consistent. Instead of having one sliders, it would be interesting
Okay.
after the project is built. And because the frame is different, and
Yeah.
when you operate it, the slider you show is like thin, but really like the slider might be like a thicker
Yes,
frame.
because
Yeah.
we consider keep the first floor the roof style, so the only this one window change to the slider.
Right, I noticed that this window has a higher window sill.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Well, so is this, you confirm with the manufacturer you cannot do that?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Ron, do you have any insight into this?
Often, the window manufacturers can make a snap-on like grid, so you could look into that.
What? Sorry.
They can make a snap-on grid that comes with the window, but they put a grid line in the middle of the window.
Out for the rain line.
In the sliding glass pane, they can add another bar in the middle of the window.
So pretty much what Ron was suggesting is keep it slider, but you add the grid to make it look consistent
Oh, okay.
in the middle of the sliders.
So we talk with the the owner, so we want to keep the style like this. Yeah. So, 你有讲。
But the other one,
It could,
With the
no, we understand that it is a slider right now.
No, it's a huge, I think everything's single hung right now.
Well, he just explained that it's a slider.
Not slider, I think the old.
就是左上角的那个。
I think this one?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
yeah, it is slider, it's not single hung.
There's no single hall. The slider. Yeah. Only this one for the slider. Yeah.
So when you order the window, you can order it with an extra bar in the glass. So it
Yeah.
looks like,
Yeah, looks like the single hung. Yes, yes.
Can we just change everything is a single hung?
So.
But you
for
have a
change-
single hung in the middle though. The middle one is also as short as this one.
you know, another option is the window on the side can be the egress window. The windows on the front don't have to be egress windows.
Oh. Okay. Because this room is the bedroom, so.
Right, so the side window can be the emergency egress window.
Oh, okay. 所以把二从左边那个
I
加
don't know they have a space or no space.
Yeah.
Oh, I think everything is a single hung, but that was the lighter, the left one.
Yes, yes.
Oh.
I would recommend that. Make the side window
Okay.
egress window, and then they could all be single hungs.
Single hung, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
All the house to match together.
To match
Yeah.
the same
Nice.
styles. Yeah.
And
that
I
makes
think
sense.
you know, if like a, look like a one bigger one, I think it's both sides single hung, and then I think he put like a wood trim in the middle, but look like a bigger window, but it's not, it's too small one, single hung. All right. Thank
So it is a wood post in the middle, not
Yeah.
the window frame, right?
Yeah.
It's like two single hung window with
With the
wood.
post.
It's a post in the middle.
some wood.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The two
Okay,
single
I
hung.
see.
Yes.
two single hung.
I think we're also saying about consistency with that bar in the middle, so the windows in the front all have a similar look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We do all the, right now we change it to two single hung with a wood trim.
With a
Same
wood
like
trim.
The rest, and then we change it because the, now is tiny. Later we go to the, you know, the building, they will be, like, they call the egress, right? About like a, maybe make a bigger to, you know, kind. Anyway, you know, if the second floor, if you jump, you will be die, right? Even like,
It's the firemen that will
Yeah.
rescue you.
Fireman would be able to reach you. Yes.
all right, thank you. I never know what it means, now I know fireman for, okay, thank you.
Okay, there's
yes.
another little things. You show one scone on the elevation, on the south side, but you show another scone on on the rendering on the other side. So how many scones are you proposing for the main entrance?
For the.
The entry door, you have like a scone, the lighting,
Okay.
on one side of the door
Oh.
on elevation, but on the rendering, you show it on the other side. So is that two scones or just one scone?
Two. I have
So
two.
it should be two, right? It
yes.
should be on both sides of the doors.
Yes. Two.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to clarify that the elevation didn't show that.
Oh,
So it
yes.
looks like you need two because it's pretty big door there.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I just didn't know what to comment on these two columns. It seems a little odd, but I mean, is that something structurally required?
For the
Yeah.
column, yeah. I have check with the structural engineering, and so we don't need the column for the porch, for the front porch.
Ron, can you help us with the column question?
I think as it's drawn, it's more like a pilaster than a column.
Oh.
So it's an expressed bump out to help support the elongated roof.
Okay, so would that be the same material as the bed and batten?
That's a good
Board and
question.
batten, yeah,
It's drawn with a hatch. and
yes.
Maybe we don't know what the hatch means.
So are you intend to use the same siding material as the facade?
Yes.
Because you're drawing like a hatch on the elevation,
Like
so I
the-
couldn't tell what material is that.
Or like the wood material, wood siding, like the wood siding.
So it would be consistent with the ball and batten, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you can see in the rendering, it's the same material, I think.
So we'll have vertical, not the crossed hatch. Okay,
Okay, that's all my question. Thank you.
thank you. Commissioner Cheng?
I guess I basically have the same concern. So now that we clarify that the window design should be consistent throughout the whole house, to make it look correct. That pop out at the door, it really is just, I think it's for design purpose rather than structural purpose, because you're spanning, it looks like you want to support something, or it appears to be support something for the porch that comes out. So that's fine, but make sure that detail
Oh,
come out correctly when you do your siding.
okay.
Your siding details, I try to understand. You call it to be a smooth siding, and that piece of wood comes with it, right? So when you turn an angle at 90 degree, I think the manufacturer comes with also with the same size corner.
Okay,
So I want to make sure that you follow the manufacturing detail,
okay,
so it come out correct.
okay.
And wherever you terminate, when you go around the house,
Mm.
if you're going to terminate somewhere, because you don't go all the way around, you stop after you turn. Make sure the termination is following the manufacturer's detail, so it terminates correctly.
Okay, okay, got it.
With the masonry wainscoting, so they terminate in a clean line.
Okay,
Otherwise, it will look
okay. I will provide the detail for the termination.
Right.
Yeah. Okay,
follow the manufacturer's detail. That would
okay,
be best.
okay. I will.
Other than that, I don't have any other.
Thank you. Commissioner Lopez?
None, I think our fellow commissioners have covered it all, basically.
Thank you. Vice Chair Salo?
Yeah, I have two minor clarification items. On your exterior materials board, you're showing the hardy siding color as Arctic white, but you're also showing the stucco color as dove gray. So I want to be sure that the owner understands that this house is two-tone, two colors, because on all of the elevations in the drawings, it's shown as one color.
Yeah, all white.
Yeah, that's not what the drawings say. The drawings say is the front is white, but the back is gray.
No. I think the whole body is white. Only I think the roof and the little, I think the door and also the stone and the windows black. The
Okay.
rest all one color. The whole body is all white. From on the side and in the back, I think everything white. White and black.
You want to ask him? Because his drawing shows as gray.
Okay, well, I will confirm. Okay, okay. I will
No, the
check.
drawing says color dove gray for the stucco. So right now, it's two colors. It's like
Dark gray, just.
white shirt with gray pants. It's not the same.
Oh, okay.
It's different.
Yeah. I think gray for roof, and then maybe the door and a little the stone in the front, and then the black for the windows. Yeah.
Because the colors may be similar, but this Arctic white color, I know it's really gonna punch out white, and it's gonna make everything look a little dull around it. So just to be sure you understand, because
Oh,
I know he knows, but I don't know if you know, because the
yeah,
drawing
I
is not telling
can
the,
see the whole, detail. Yeah.
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 And Sam, since you're down there, also look at the front door. The color is natural wood.
No natural wood. It's like I think I think the black or dark gray look like a dark. Yeah.
Right now it says natural
Oh,
wood.
natural wood, for the entrance door. The dark also. Yeah. I think that when you see the whole house, like a two-tone. One is dark black and one is white.
No, but the problem is that what's being shown here is different than what you're saying. So this, what's on paper, that's what we're talking about. And if we have to correct it on paper, so it just can't be, oh, this color, but it will need to be clarified.
Okay. Okay, I will revise the color, yes. The same, change it the same, yeah.
Okay. So can you say that again, please?
Oh, sorry. I will revise the whole house, the color the same, and it's
So-
my mistake, I will revise the
So
detail.
with the paint color
Yeah,
being
the-
the
it's the-
white,
yeah.
the Arctic white,
Yeah, the color to the white, yeah,
and the stucco will match
Will
the
match.
Arctic white.
yes.
And then your front door,
Yeah, black or dark.
But black or dark for the front door,
Yeah.
so that would
You
be the
change it.
color of your trim.
yeah.
Do you have any black right here? Your roof is charcoal.
Window is black.
Your stone is multi-coal canyon. So that's going to be gray.
I think the stone maybe sometimes, they're not very black, maybe black and gray, the kind of the mixed for the
Can you
stone.
talk into the mic, please? You, because I can't hear you.
Yeah, I think the stone should be not too black. I think the black with a dark gray look like the mixed.
Yeah, it says multi-coal canyon, so
Yeah, yeah.
it's a variation of grays,
Yeah,
coal color.
yeah. But I think that when you see from the street, it look like the whole house, like just white, black, the mixed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you have the color for the door, or are we just going to say black door or gray door?
No, I will add on the keynote on the A-1.2. So I will add on the keynote for show the front door is black.
So we need to get clarification tonight
Oh.
on the color if we're
Okay.
going to approve it tonight.
Okay.
If we don't have clarification,
Oh, okay.
we cannot approve.
Oh,
We can give you direction with the color, but that may not,
okay.
Black.
Black. Okay, front door is black.
okay. Thank you. Vice Chair Salo, anything else?
Nothing else, thank you.
And you're okay with the color clarifications as proposed?
Yes, it's fine, thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for bringing these up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have some general questions regarding the landscape and what we see here with the rendering. The rendering is very different than what's proposed in your landscape plan. Actually, you're not showing the parkway. There are 2 trees shown in your landscape plan, and this is, there's also low shrubbery in front of the house. Are you following me?
For the front landscape, we want to keep the existing, we not do any change for the front.
Okay, there is a landscape plan in here.
Okay.
Are you aware of that? L1,
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, on the left-hand side, will be no tree right now. We have to add one.
L1 is the page. So you can see that there's 2 trees in front, and there's low plant material in front of the house. So it's not as you're showing here. So
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
that's, you know, once again, what's on paper here is what we're going to be talking about and approving, and it's different than what you're showing in the rendering.
Yeah.
So, on paper, my comments are all good, not to change it, but I do want to have my comments on the record. This is part of the San Gabriel Village, and I think it's important that the architecture kind of model that simplistic style, architectural style. And also when we look at the landscaping, I'm glad that you don't have a fence in front of your house because no other house on that street has a fence, or any wall structure in front on either side. There is a house on the corner and their backyard does have a wooden fence, but that's their backyard. It's not their front yard. But since it is a corner, you see it from the street. But I think it is important to be cognizant of the neighborhood surrounding. And I think what you have here on your landscape plan, where you have the 2 trees and then the planting material around the trees, you have the plants act as a barrier for the homeowner, but it's not unwelcoming and it kind of fits the neighborhood better. I also wanted to comment on the back hedge. It's a cherry tree, but it's actually just a hedge. And when I was doing my research on that cherry tree hedge, it is something that you don't necessarily want to eat the fruit, but you will have fruit that the hedge produces. Especially when you have so many of them, you're going to have pollination going on. So you'll have little fruit. So just, I think it's a nice touch, something that we haven't seen. The other thing I thought was nice in your landscape plan, you have 2 dwarf cedar trees in front, and I think that's a nice touch to try to break it up. It's not shown there on the picture, but you have to look at the landscape plan and read it. But I think that's a way to soften the house, and also the plant material will also soften the house. But next time, as the architect, when you're rendering, you have to show us what you have, and it will help your client as well. The other thing that's not shown here is the parkway. There is a sidewalk, and there was a parkway. So it just shows the grass going to the curb, but that's not the reality. There is sidewalk. You following me?
Okay, yes, yes, yeah.
Okay. Any other comments on this project? Yes.
Thank you, Chair, if I may. I think what we need, based on all this discussion, is this. As the designer, you have the obligation to coordinate all the details. For instance, your rendering is what the owner wants, black and white, pretty clear. But your material board shows different. And your landscape plan does not reflect on your landscape rendering at all. And the city is going to hold you to the detail that you presented tonight, meaning that we can identify what we just talked about, but at the end, the record will show that you need to plan your property per the landscape plan because it's attached as a submittal. Once approved, that becomes the record document. Planning department is going to go out there and check it and make sure you follow the plan. That's how it's being approved by this body. I want to make sure you understand that when you submit something, it's not to submit something just for the sake of submitting and you build whatever you want. It doesn't work that way. Because the only way we can get some quality project is to make sure that the designer and the architect will pay attention to what you're presenting. We would approve it based on that information. Planning department and the inspector will follow what's being put in so that we can assure the quality of the final project is what we see tonight. If you have no problem with that, then we can act correctly on based on what we just talked about. Like the color will follow the rendering, the landscaping will follow the landscape plan. To you and the owner, do you have any problem with that?
And I think when we come to time for the motion, we're going to be very specific. So we have something on record and written what we have talked about here tonight. So do you understand?
Yes.
Yeah, you're meaning maybe there's 3D and this is
The thr-
different, right?
The 3D, I only show the house. So for the landscaping, only for the reference, for the, like the grass, the walkway.
So I think
Yeah.
if my notes are correct,
Yes.
we have a couple of things that we just want to clarify and make sure they're in writing. The first one was Commissioner Chu mentioned about the windows needing to match,
Okay.
single hung with the bar. We understand that.
Yes.
The second one, with the front porch, the treatment is vertical, not what's shown on another drawing where you have some cross hatch. So that's going to be vertical. And the columns are more pilaster, and that's all vertical, but it's not in support of anything on top. You have two scone lights in front. The color of the stucco, instead of the gray, that's dove gray that's here, it is Arctic white. The door, instead of what's written here, that says wood, is black. Okay, so those are the things. Yes, Ron?
One thing they had in their submittal, the reason they had dove gray was it was an integral color stucco. So if it's going to be Arctic white, it needs to be painted Arctic white.
To clarify, I don't mind the color choices. I just wanted to be sure that the applicant understood that there was a two-tone house, not monotone.
Ron, do you have a recommendation on the colors?
Well, I can agree with the owner of just a simple black and white scheme is probably better. But again, the stucco probably needs to be painted, not integral color.
Okay, thank you. And you understand about
Yes.
painting the stucco versus putting the stucco color into the mix and then applying the stucco?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
But question, maybe the color may be a little different because based on the wood and the stucco, maybe the base different. And now after even you put the same color, maybe still a little different, maybe a little different, I don't know yet. Yeah.
So because it's a different type of application and the surface is different, and correct me if I'm wrong, Ron, but it will not look the same.
Yeah.
Because the stucco is a different type of finish, there's more, it captures the light differently than something flat.
That's true because it has more texture, but
Yeah.
it'll be pretty darn similar.
Okay.
Oh, you know the stucco, where you do like a smooth finish, just no dot on it. I don't like it, the old style.
Yeah.
No dot, just flat. It's like a, finish. Yeah, it's very pretty. So the flat one.
Well,
yeah.
just a word of advice, there's a type of stucco that has acrylic mixed in that, because if you make it very flat, it will crack.
Yeah, I know, but it's beautiful. I like it.
So it's
like it
an
flat.
acrylic additive to the stucco.
Yeah, I know. You know, just a minor, the line. I like it, but it's, you know, look like more gorgeous. Yeah.
Yes.
I just want to make one comment. The more I hear your wish, I know what you want.
Yeah.
You want a contemporary,
Yes.
high-end,
Yes.
smooth finish stucco
Yeah.
with the smooth hardy board trim details
Mm-hmm.
and with a black and white, which is a very contemporary looking home.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make sure that your detail and whoever you hire the contractor
Yeah.
understands that.
Yeah.
Because it could come out to be a total disaster if you don't get the right guy to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So, we understand, so we're gonna try to make that the condition, that you pay attention to all the details, because
Yeah.
you don't wanna see a home that has all these stuff all cracked up, like a shell,
Yeah.
cracked, and all the details are not right,
Mm-hmm.
and then, mixing a integral color in gray, trying to work with that stuff, you're gonna have to paint the hardy board anyway. If you want to make what you want, you need to paint a hardy board same color as your stucco finish after the finishing correct.
Yeah.
So the house look like a one color house,
Yeah.
two texture material.
Yeah.
I know that's what you want.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure that your contractor understand that and pick the right guy to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I will watch them. Also, I have a, you know, the interior designer too. Actually, all the design, the door design and the lights, everything she give to us. Yeah, she's very, very good.
Understand? This body only worry about the exterior because
Yeah.
the city sees it.
Yeah.
Interior, you get to see it. So
Yeah.
it's okay. We don't usually get into the interior design part, but the exterior has to come out correct.
Yeah, yeah. Also, she designed outside too. Yeah. 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 We will be make it very beautiful, make the city more beautiful too. Yeah.
That's what we do.
Yeah, 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 of course, you know, this is, I think the most people, like, this is not a very, you know, like a contemporary look, it's kind of like a classy too. Yeah, it's very match my neighborhood, yeah.
So at this time, if you don't have anything else to talk about, we will talk amongst ourselves.
Oh. The question, because I didn't pay attention for the landscaping, so was before just one tree on the.
No, I'm saying your landscape plan is good.
So the meaning we
That
have to.
does
follow.
not show what's in here.
I see,
So
so this
you
one.
you're gonna have to follow your landscape plan
Oh.
as shown here, if it's approved tonight.
Oh, I have to
So,
follow this, the meaning,
You
you
have
know.
to do this,
I have to add a
not
tree
that.
too. Oh, I see, I see.
Not, it's this,
Okay,
not that,
okay, all right,
okay?
yeah, all right.
Yeah, you hire a landscape architect, JC Landscape Architecture. He or she, Jenny, I think it's she, prepare the plan for you with all the irrigation, plant material, spacing, and you pay the money, and for a reason. I think that person is a trained professional, and she should understand what you're getting.
Oh,
And we rely on her expertise to get you the right landscape plan, and you need to follow that.
okay,
Architecture and landscape architecture are together for the whole house.
okay,
You need to follow what's on the plan.
okay, yeah, I see.
GL-1.
All right, yeah, thank you.
And if it's not, your project will not have final approval from the city.
Oh, I see,
Just to reiterate kind of how everything goes,
okay,
okay?
all right, thank you.
All right. We're going to talk amongst ourselves, so if you can sit down, please.
All right, thank you.
Okay, Commissioner Tu, do you have any other comments on this project?
No, I don't have other comments. I think we had discussed the project thoroughly, and as Chair has point out all the discrepancies on the plan and the presentation. I think we just need to like make sure that it would be written, and also the applicant would be we're making the changes accordingly. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Chang?
Yeah, I concur. I guess we beat this one quite a bit. I guess the key thing is that obviously the property owner may not have a full understanding of what she's getting into and what is in front of us. So the rendering looks quite different from the architectural rendering. That's more like an earth tone, beige, brown roof. With this one, it's a dark gray roof, white stucco, and white siding, beige colored stonework, and with black wood. So it could come out quite different. I think they mix the two. So they got to make this decision. So I think whatever decision we make later, we're gonna be better just refer to that rendering right there. So that the tone and the feel. Not the landscaping, yes. The house structure, color. Yeah.
Great.
So with that clarified, I think I can go along.
Thank you. Commissioner Lopez?
My comments are, first I want to address my general comment. And I've been beating the same thing every single meeting we have about the renderings being completely different from, in many cases, way out from what the plans are. And it makes it very confusing for everyone. In this case, the young lady really wants something really nice because she feels she wants a classy look in her home, you know, and I agree with that. But I think for her sake and benefit of her and the neighborhood, before this goes any further, maybe staff can check that all these changes that we're putting in, requirements, actually make it to the plan. And as far as colors and things like that, so that there's no question for the client as to what they're getting or what they should be getting. Again, because I understand the intent. You know, that as a client, you may have an intent, but you know, if the rendering doesn't match, and then it becomes, well, you know, I showed it to you, and so we don't want to get into that situation. But besides this one thing, I can agree with my fellow commissioners as far as moving forward with it, but I would like to see the changes actually make it to the plan so that the client is happy and knows exactly what they're getting.
And Sam, do you want to just kind of talk about the process after assuming approval, how that would go with any changes, how that would all be incorporated and implemented?
Yes, Madam Chair, members of the commission, depending on the commission's action this evening and the conditions of approval that are attached to whatever that action may be. If the items as discussed are recorded per what's been discussed this evening, the city architect, Ron, can also assist in making sure, in particular, the way that the returns are finished and also the front porch detail. The city architect can assist staff on that review, and also to make sure that the colors are consistent on both finishes.
If I may just make one comment, I appreciate that comment. I think based on this discussion, staff and the city architect understand what we're looking for. So maybe a final color board is required as one of the conditions for them to bring it to staff and the city architect to know exactly what paint color, what the finish of the siding, the actual masonry work, the roof color, the paint of the door color, all of those to be all submitted one time at the counter, and he's recorded that at City Hall. So when the house is done, staff that will be a acceptable condition for the applicant, because they're gonna have to choose that no matter what anyway. But so do it now, move it to the top.
Great suggestion. And I think it helps when we have an actual material board to review, and it also helps the applicant. And I know, we've been getting a lot it's on paper, but we've seen some cases that come up where there's discrepancies. And I think when you have a live material board, even though it costs a little more, there's not this confusion from the applicant and discrepancies on the rendering and what's presented here. So I'm going to ask maybe for future ones that we have a live material board, and I do like that recommendation as well for this project. Yes, Ron?
I think that's a very good idea, because often when it's reproduced in print, it depends on what the quality of the printer is or what the quality of your screen is. So you never get the real picture until you have a physical board.
Thank you. Vice Chair Salo?
I thought that Commissioner Chang made an excellent comment regarding how to treat the smooth stucco so that it doesn't crack. So let's make sure that gets into the specifications as a condition of approval. And along with the other comments by the commission tonight, I'm comfortable moving forward based on the conditions of approval. Thank you.
Okay.
Are we talking about the acrylic?
All right. Yes.
So I was wondering if the material board is required for all the submission in a physical form, or it's just on paper? We see both, and I was wondering if it's possible that like we will require the material board to be submitted in a physical form, so that it's less of like speculation about what the building will actually look like.
Yes, Madam Chair, members of the commission, and moving forward, we can absolutely do that. I think this might just be a carryover from when we were in the middle of the pandemic, but we are post-pandemic now, so we can absolutely bring that back.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So based on some of our discussion, I'm going to just kind of summarize again for everyone, kind of the conditions that we're looking for. Number one is that the windows all match, single hung, the ones in front with the bar in the middle. Our front porch is vertical. The exterior trim, the veneer is
Vertical siding.
siding, thank you.
Siding.
Thank you. We have the siding that's vertical. We have two sconces in front. The paint color, it would be white. That would be painted after the stucco is applied. The stucco is to have the acrylic blend, so it eliminates cracking, and it will have a smooth finish. The door will be black, and the applicant is to provide a material board for staff and the architect to review.
Yes, we'll make that at time of construction drawing submittal to provide an updated material board.
And then, just for clarification, that the landscape plan that is submitted in L1 is the landscaping that is used for the project, not what is shown on the rendering. With that, is there a motion to move forward on this?
Yeah, this is Vice Chair Salo. I motion to approve this project based on the conditions of approval discussed here tonight.
Second?
Second it.
Roll, roll call, please.
Commissioner Chang,
Yes.
Commissioner Tu,
Yes.
Chair Romo,
Yes.
Vice Chair Salo,
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez.
Yes.
5 ayes, motion passes.
Congratulations, your project is approved with the conditions, and you will need to provide a material board as directed by the planning staff.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right. Next, item 4, comments from the planning manager.
No comments.
Item 5, commissioner comments and conference/meeting reports. Commissioner Tu, do you have anything?
No comments, thank you.
Commissioner Cheng?
No, I do not have comments also.
Commissioner Lopez?
No comments, nothing to report.
Vice Chair Salo?
No comments. Thank you.
Okay. I just have one brief comment. 2 meetings ago, the tree issue came up. The meeting that followed that, we talked about staff developing a plan. We, kind of a promotional brochure about trees and what they add and kind of regulations on the trees. Staff did provided that and emailed out to everyone. I also saw something on Instagram, and when I was talking to some people who live in the city, they were saying how wonderful the city is by promoting the trees and the importance and having that information. So in a relatively short period of time, you guys have made a difference with what we talked about here. So I just wanted to thank you. Yeah, I didn't ask for that comment, it just happened.
Oh, we also thank you, the city architect as well, to take into consideration landscaping as part of the project design.
It makes a difference. So I guess there's no other comments. I'd like to adjourn the meeting. It's 7:32. We will meet again on Monday, September 23rd, 2024, 6:30 here, City Hall, 425 South Mission Drive, second floor, council chambers.